is the aims is there, but it's not hugely that most important. I'm looking for like the journey is more important towards the goal, and if the goal meets the journey, that's the perfect way. But if not, the journey was amazing. So
and I think that was a really kind of key mentality that I had going into Rio. So the preparation phase that we had for Rio, myself and Reese, that we put together, we were so proud of. We had the year leading up to Rio, I qualified in the September of the year before, so I had 11 months to prepare for one race, which was amazing because it gave me nearly a year to just be focused.
But that's maybe even harder because it's super focused 11 months.
Yeah, exactly. So really focused 11 months, and also you're
deliberately
the
day. 350 days to go.
It did feel a bit like that, and you're not focusing on any of the races that are before that in the season. So there are other people who are still trying to qualify, and different nations have different criteria. So I turned up to my first race of that year and felt awful. I think I didn't do that badly. I think I came back sick. It was in Cape Town that year, but I felt terrible. And then I went to I remember the last race I did before the Olympics was Stockholm, and the whole thing was just a struggle. Like it was just one of those days where you just feel like you're battling the whole day. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel fast on any of it. And I had 7 weeks from that point until the Olympic Games. And we knew we were coming here, our happy place, and
horrible.
Horrible place. And we just got everything right. We had a plan. We really stuck to it. Myself and Reese, and at the time our run coach Malcolm as well, were really heavily involved in planning that phase. I made a couple of what I think are quite critical decisions. Like I decided not to go to British Triathlon's holding camp in Brazil, in Pirassununga. I decided not to go. I went back home after the camp here for 2 weeks and finished off my preparation back at home in Leeds. And I got on the plane to go to Rio, and both me and Reese, I think we had this conversation like the night before I went, of we couldn't have done anything else. Like we've just had the best preparation. We've done everything we could do. We know you're as fit as you've ever been, fitter than you've ever been. And no matter what happens, whether you win or you come 10th or you come last, you know that you've given everything and it's been great.
That is the best feeling
and
you can be on the start.
Oh, it was the best way to go to an Olympic Games. I remember getting on the plane just excited. Because I'd watched as well so much of the games at home, because we raced so late on in the Olympic Games. We were the last day, or second to last day. So I was watching people at home win medals, and I wasn't even on taper yet. So I was still training really hard. But that just, every day we won more medals and we won more medals, and the sort of the excitement level built, and this feeling of, well, if they can do it, then I can do it as well. So off I go, off to Rio, to try and win a medal. See ya! And it's just great.
I remember exactly when we were running around the lake here, and we were talking like, you going home, you change your mind, and it must be huge to have a confidence about your process, like to change your mind, and you don't just like follow, like we were going for the heat preparation, and you decide for you it will be better. Why was this, if I can ask?
I just think that I'd been to the camp in Pirassununga. I'd been there the year before. So there was only 3 of us who went the year before to kind of trial it and see what it was like. And I remember I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't find the training that inspiring there. I think we were there for about 8 or 9 days, and
it's more work.
I was sort of counting down the days when I was there. But I'd always thought I kind of had to go, because I thought it was, it is British Triathlon's preparation. We are going to this camp. And it was while we were here that I actually found out that not everybody was going. So I knew that Helen Jenkins wasn't going then. So that was the first kind of spark of, okay, well, maybe I don't have to go to that camp. I'd done all my training with Reese at this point. So Reese, as you know, is my coach, but at the time was, as much as anything, a training partner. And he was doing every single session with me. I knew I would be going off to that camp without him. And there was just something... I felt comfortable going home. I wanted to be at home during that phase. I thought that would be the best place I could do it. I knew I could get heat preparation as well at home, because we had access to a heat chamber. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I don't think there is a really good reason for me to go to Pirassununga.
You felt more confident to stay at home the place you know where you know all the training.
Exactly. In my own bed with my boyfriend, my training partner, you know, all of that.
Sharing the same.
Yeah, but I can stay here and get everything.
And maybe the stress would go away from it because you already not there.
The minute I made the decision that I wasn't going, and I was really fortunate as well because all my flights were already booked, that British Triathlon changed my flights for me and said that I didn't. They agreed with me that I didn't have to go. And I'm just really lucky that I have a federation that supports me in that way, and it was cool. That was willing to do that. But the minute that it all got approved, there was just this relief of, oh, that's good. I feel really good about this decision, and I knew instantly it was the right thing to do. And I think it paid off.
yeah, definitely. It's always about, like, I found it's not. Sometimes I saw with Alistair and Johnny or in the training, like, if you believe on some progress, like it's not important if it's 100% scientifically proved that this is the best decision to do, like if you go from altitude 10 days or 8 days or 14 days, but if you literally believe in that process that this is the best thing for you, it's actually become the best process for you.
The brain is very powerful.
Is it? It's crazy.
I agree. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. And then, so this happened 2016, right? You get bronze medal, which was a huge thing. I remember to be with you in London.
Yes.
Yeah. So would you thought in London that you can do medal 4 years to go?
I think the answer to that is both yes and no. So the build up to London for me was very much, 2005 I did my first triathlon, 2006, 7, 8 I'm pretty much in the wilderness. I'm not really doing anything. I'm training, but I'm a student, and really I was a student first and a triathlete second, and probably the opposite to Jo, where Jo said she was fully invested in triathlon at quite a young age. I was the opposite. I was living life as a student and kind of doing a bit of triathlon. And it was out of university, once I was out of university, that I started really investing in it again. And that was in 2009. I joined an international group under Darren Smith, who was the coach at the time, and he turned me from someone who was coming last in races at national championships to someone who very quickly was coming in the top 10 in World Series and vying for a position at London 2012. And I'd known I remember where I was when they announced that London was going to get the Olympic Games. Because no one thought London was going to get it. Everyone thought Paris was going to win it. And London won it, and I remember I was sat in my friend's flat and we were just like, no way, the Olympic Games is going to be in our country.
So and then you thought went for your mind, I have to go there. I have to.
It was like, and
if it's rolling, BMX or triathlon, I have to be there.
Yeah, I just started triathlon. I think I'd done my first race by that point, but I just started training with the triathletes, and it was like, I'm going to be of an age where that would be right. I'd be 26. I can go to I can go to the Olympic Games then. So then begins the project, if you like, and qualifying for 2012 was hard. I wasn't quite at the point where I could qualify outright. I wasn't a medal contender, but I did get selected as a domestique for Helen. And being selected to a home Olympics is something that I always said after London, that even if I go to another Olympic Games and win, it won't have the same feeling
build up
as London. And it's one of the times I think I'm probably most proud of being British was when we hosted the Olympic Games, because I just think we did such a good job. Like, I think we get stuff wrong, but I think we did a really good job of the Olympic Games. And I think there was a lot of boo-hooing beforehand, it's not going to go well, and there was loads of stuff in the press that it was going to be a failure, and it came about and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing, and I loved it so much. And even though I didn't have the race I wanted, I was involved in the big crash that went down on lap one on the bike in the girls' race. But it was still unbelievable. It was still just the most amazing experience. And I remember thinking, I want this again, but next time it's for hardware. It's not for the experience. So London was like my Olympic experience, and Rio was, I'm here for business. I want to win a medal. And the sort of process in between was, okay, well, how do I get from here to here? And I'd done a lot with Darren to get to the point where I could go to an Olympic Games, but I think both of us felt like for me to move on another level, I wasn't going to do that with him. So it was after the Olympic Games that I left that squad. And spent a year kind of trying to find my feet a little bit, what I was going to do next, and then moved up to Leeds at the end of the following year, 2013. Pretty quickly started improving, taking on all that volume, as we said. You just get stuck in, you do whatever they do, you just go, these guys are the best in the world, I'm going to do it too. And yeah, even in 2012 I thought I could be better than I was then. I didn't think I'd reached my ceiling. I didn't know at that point how I was going to get there, but I thought that I felt like there was more to come. And yeah, like within not long of being in Leeds, starting to see pretty big improvements just gave me the confidence that I was doing the right thing for me, and that method of training was what I needed. And yeah, I started winning stuff.
The journey, That was the journey.
That was the journey, yeah. I remember talking to some friends on a bit of a drunken night out after London and saying that I wanted to go to the Olympics and win a medal.
Wow.
And it's funny because that friend has since contacted me and been like, you told me on that night out that you wanted to win a medal and you went and did it.
That's great.
So it was a drunken statement, but at least I actually did it.